let's talk about it. Kids are trashing the theater. I see just bad parenting all over. And not that I'm a perfect parent, but there's some really bad parents, awful parents. And for your kids to be so entitled, they think they can go somewhere, throw popcorn around, tear the place up. That's on you.
I was going to go home next weekend and go see my daughter, and we were going to go to the movie. And then I text her, I'm like, hey, what are you going to go see Minecraft? And she goes, have you not been watching the news? And then she sent me 30 TikToks of people just trashing theaters.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, never mind then.
Were you upset because you wanted to trash the theater?
A little bit, yeah. I was like...
Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. Welcome to the Yo Show. This week, in 15 minutes, we're going to tell you all the news we find entertaining, funny, serious. It's all right here. Make sure you keep it locked. I want to make sure you know, tomorrow, Friday, we will be in Austin, Texas, Thompson Theater. We have about 50 tickets up. Why is this a running theme to my shows? There's always, every show, always at the end, about 50 tickets left. No matter how big or small the venue is.
Well, I think it's because we want to be able to give everybody an opportunity to show up at the last minute, hurried. You know, we like it when a crowd shows up very sweaty and running to be able to get those last 50 tickets. Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing is, I have no pressure to sell tickets on this.
Yeah.
Because it's a comedy festival.
Yeah.
I've already sold way more than what they're paying me, to be honest with you. But why am I stressed? I'm upset. Rudy, can I tell you my problem right now?
Please tell me your problem.
I am obsessed with ticket sales, and I hate it. I've never been obsessed with ticket sales. I've already, Austin, today, I've checked it 100 times. Literally 100 times. I know when somebody clicks 2 tickets and buy it. Like, I know exactly when that happens. That's sad. And I want to move on from that, and I'm trying to move on.
Yeah.
But I think since I'm not in a club, it adds a different stress when you're in theaters.
Well, Michael, let me break it down to you like this. You got to get more famous. That's just what it is. You got to be more famous. Every time somebody screws up my name when they bring me up on stage, if we have a host at a show and they screw up my name, they apologize and I tell them, I'm sorry. I need to be more famous. That's the problem.
Do you? I still think if you're famous, they would get your name wrong.
Oh, yeah. I have watched.
Because it's spelled wrong.
Yeah, I've watched so many people mess. My name is spelled wrong?
Your name is spelled wrong.
What do you
it's
think
not
so?
spelled like it's said. Your name is spelled Pavich. That's Pavich. You're supposed to say it Pavich. Pav is Pov. Pavich. That's why people mess it up.
Okay. So why is there no E at the end of your name? Michael Yo.
Michael Yo?
Yeah, with a long. Shouldn't there be? Maybe you spell your name wrong.
Maybe I do.
Maybe you do.
To some people, I do.
Michael, there is no K in the word Michael, and yet we still say it CH, and yet we pronounce it hard K.
I'm just saying when people, but my name is so familiar, they know how to say it. What I'm saying.
Everybody's, well, listen.
Look,
just
don't get mad.
Everybody does it. Just because everybody does it.
Cameras on me. All I'm saying is your name is not spelled how it sounds. Not at all. P-O-V is not Pavich. It's Pavich.
Well, first of all, I don't spell it P-O-V. I spell it P-A-V.
P-A-V, yes. That's Pavich.
Okay.
It's not Pavich.
Okay.
That's why people mess it up.
Okay.
So I guarantee you, if you want to get your name right, just spell it P-O-V-I-C-H.
You know what? All right. Well, I'll tell you that. Spell it how? P-O-V? Or how?
It's Pavich, right?
Well, how should I spell it?
P-O-V-I-C-H.
That's Povich.
No, that's Pavich.
Maury Povich, P-O-V-I-C-H. Maury spells it P-O-V-I-C-H. If anything, I should add a W.
Oh, my God.
P-A-W-V-I-C-H.
That's Pavich.
Pavich. That's exactly how you...
Pavich?
That's how I say it. Pavich.
Oh, yeah. P-A-V. P-A-W. Yes.
I always say like a bear paw.
You know what? I'm sick of this name thing. Anyway, I want to start with something that Rudy played for me. What's the guy's name from Barstool?
Dave Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy. Portnoy?
Portnoy.
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 How do you think he spells it?
If I had to guess, how should he spell it or how do I think he spells it?
How do you think he spells it?
Portnoy. He should spell it P-O-R-T-N-O-Y.
That's how he spells it.
Because that's how it sounds.
That's how it sounds.
Yeah. Yeah, Rudy. Prove my point. Anyway, he said something that I pretty much 100% agree with. We'll play it right here.
It's hard. We got a lot of idiots, but I mean, we do have a locker room environment here at Barstool. We let people be themselves, but it's hard to manage them. It's a different world.
What's the difference?
You got to be self-motivated.
What's the difference between someone of your generation, I mean, you're in your 40s or something like that, and a Gen Z person who's in maybe their 20s? What's the difference?
Oh, they don't want to work. They're spoiled brats. They've grown up in a world where it's everyone gets a trophy generation, and like the idea of showing up and going through traffic and being at the office at 8:45 and working till 6. They look at you like you got 10 heads to it. They think everything's on a silver platter. So it's very hard to motivate these people. They're really lazy, entitled losers.
Now, I will say this because we're sounding old. We're sounding like old people, and Dave just sounded very old, and he's younger than me, and I try to keep an open mind. But yes, younger generations are lazy because they can be. Mm-hmm. I think every generation is what you let them be, and we're letting them be lazy because we became the parents we always wanted our parents to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we're the generation that got beat, that our parents, we weren't a priority. We were just kids. Mm-hmm. And I believe we wanted more from our parents after we became adults. So now we're trying to be the parents that we wanted. And what we're finding out is, our parents did have certain things right. So I think what we do is spoil our children, because the whole point of being a parent is giving your kids more than what you got. That's a fulfilling thing you can do. Mm-hmm. If your parents didn't give you attention, you give your kids a lot more attention. If your parents never gave you toys, you give your kids a lot of toys. It's kind of like when I could afford Jordans. I never got a pair of Jordans as a kid. As soon as I could afford it, I got a whole closet full of them now. But just because I got Pro Wings all my life. My mom would take me to Payless and buy me Pro Wings. And on my first day of school, I was rocking Pro Wings. And I was like, I want Nikes. She said, no, your feet grow too big. Waste the money. So I never had cool shoes. So
yeah, at some point though, I look at adults and go, this one's on you. This one, when people talk about like, I never had this and now I have to buy it. It's like, no, you don't. You don't have to buy it. You buy it because you now can. Even if you had Jordans as a kid, do you think you would not have them as an adult?
I don't think I would.
Really? I disagree. I think if you had something think about baseball teams, like kids become, like Red Sox fans when they're 7. It's not but
fandom is different than never having something and then buying it when you're older. If I had Jordans all along, I mean, look, my mom always dressed me. I'll give you a perfect example. I wore polo. My mom loved me in nice clothes like polo, like different things like that. Uh-huh. Me, I wear Gap. I don't buy polo. I don't buy expensive clothes. Not at all. But my mom dressed me like that because that's how she wanted me to look. Uh-huh. So maybe it's me like, no, I'm not like that. She would make fun of the baggy pants, the baggy clothes and all that stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not wearing that. I'm wearing what I want to wear, not the khakis with the tucked in shirt that's a polo, So, and I don't, so I don't wear that today at all. I wear my style. So I think if you got something young, you don't buy it old a lot of times.
Yeah. I mean, to get back to the clip as I was listening to it, I'm so over older people talking about how young people don't understand what it's like or that they're lazy. Or I guarantee if you go back to my grandfather's generation, 1942, when he was on his way to World War II, I guarantee that his dad was like, in my day in World War I, these kids don't even know how good they have it with their battleships and their platoon packs and blah, blah, blah. Like it's so ridiculous. Well, every generation does it.
But that's a pass the baton moment. Every generation does that. Like, can you imagine the generation where you went from horse to car? And they're like, oh, we used to have to ride horses. Yeah. And now you're in a car. You're so lazy. You're just going to drive around everywhere. But that's part of it. I do think now, without just trashing the young people, and I don't even know what generation he's talking about. I guess he's talking about the younger 18, 19, 20-year-olds. I don't even know what they're called
Which
anymore.
Technically is, I guess, Gen Z. Because my daughter's is a Gen Zer, and she's right on the cusp of the...
So what are you then?
I feel like I'm Gen X. I am literally like within days of Gen X and millennial.
Okay, so I'm Gen X.
Yeah.
I'm Gen X. And what I do know, which is making a comeback and not making, Gen X was very outspoken, like our parents, very, say what's on your mind, don't mince your words, be blunt a lot of times. But then what I think the benefit of the Gen Z now, and I've said this before, I think they're way more socially aware. I think they care about people way more than we do. I think they tiptoe around things, which you can say good or bad. But I think, they really look out for everyone, where we kind of just called it like we see it and really didn't care about feelings. I think they care about feelings, and to certain people that's bad, and to other people that's good. And I think just in the long run, it's better for the country for people to care rather just be like, oh, let's celebrate because we can say the R word again. It's like, really? That's what you're going to celebrate?
Oh, was somebody celebrating that?
What people I'm talking about. But it's like, let's celebrate that we can say such and such words again. And it's like, why? We've come that far where you celebrating that?
Well, I think we shouldn't have never been able to not say those words in the first place. There's certain words, obviously, that are on the table that we shouldn't be able to say, but
well, I guess it's just different if it offends you, because those words you say we should have never stopped being. There's people that are grandparents right now saying we should have always been able to say the N-word. We should have never been able to stop saying it. Because every case, here's what's interesting. Every case we make about things we still should be able to do, the people before us was making that same cases of things that were definitely wrong.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It's like, y'all going to give up slaves? Like, who's going to do the yard work? Who's going to, this is hurting. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, they were having the same arguments that we're having about trans people. The same thing. Oh, they shouldn't be allowed in this sport. They're going to ruin the sport. They're going to do. It's the same thing they said about black people. Like, why would you let them in this sport? They're going to ruin the sport. Literally the same. It's totally two different arguments. I understand that. But the same points they're arguing is the same points they were saying against black people in sports. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I get where you're going with it.
But no, the same arguments.
Yeah.
Why would you let them? This is our sport. Why would you let them in our sport? They're going to ruin the sport. No, but that's the argument you're getting, right?
Sure.
Okay. Two completely different arguments, I will say. Completely.
Yeah.
Because one is racism and the other one is what? What would you call it? See?
I don't know. But the problem with the thing about the sports analogy, I get, but if you take a guy like Jerry Jones doesn't care if you are black or if you are white. If you have the fastest 40 time and you can carry the ball, he's going to put you on the field. It doesn't matter who you are. That's the thing. Sports are a little different because it's a meritocracy.
I don't think so.
Are you kidding me? I totally disagree. Jerry Jones, if you are owner of a baseball or football team or you own a sports franchise, people do not care. So
you're saying just because you play people, that's for a personal benefit. That doesn't mean you can't be racist.
Oh, of course you can be racist. Absolutely.
Okay, so what was your point?
No, what I'm saying is when you're talking about people going, they're going to ruin the sport. If say you're in like the 1930s, right? Yes. And you own a baseball team and you're looking at a bunch of guys who look like Babe Ruth but without the talent. And all of a sudden, a young Jackie Robinson shows up and he's fast and he can hit the ball. Don't you go, hey, dum-dums, let's get this guy on the field.
But that's the owners saying that, which took the chance on him. But fans were saying the same arguments they're saying about trans people being in sports, in certain sport. I mean, it's the same. Rudy, you can't look, like I'm saying, I want to make this very clear. Two very different arguments, but the same bullet points were used against both. They would ruin the sport by fans. They would ruin the sport. Why they even need to be in this sport? They should just have their own league. Why isn't there a trans league? Well, why isn't there an all-black league, which there was? Why should they mix with other people? I mean, these are the same arguments.
Yeah, they did make those statements, and they did try that, and then they found out, the black league is way more exciting than the white league. So let's bring them on over.
And you wouldn't think a dude playing female basketball would be a lot more entertaining?
Well, you're talking about.
I'm just talking
males.
about the comedy aspect.
Yeah,
of it. The comedy aspect of it. That's a funny thing I just said.
Yeah.
But you are caught in the middle of don't know how to judge it.
No,
You're trying to navigate this.
No, I
You're
think
trying
you
to
pulled it back
navigate
to
it the
comedy.
right way.
I think you pulled it over to comedy because you were like, oh, wait, damn it, because now I realize it's two males that are going up against each other. If you take a black male and a white male and they're both 35 years old and they're both 6'2" and they both run the exact same 40 time, that to me is equal. I don't care about skin color. If you take a dude who is 6'1", he's on the volleyball court with a wig on, and he's going up against girls that are 5'3",
It's a wig. It's just real hair.
that should be a problem. Well, not all of it. I don't know. Haven't you ever seen White Chicks? That's a good movie.
Hey, what's up? It's Michael. Yo, it's the True Tour. Austin, Texas. Austin, the place where I was Johnny Blaze in the early 2000s. I'll be at the Thompson Theater. Me and Rudy will be at the Thompson Theater this Friday, the 18th. Show starts at 7. Few tickets left. Actually, like 42. Not that I'm watching the website or anything. 42 tickets. Get them. Go.
What the hell's going on with this movie, Minecraft? Why does the theater look like 19 grenades went off after this movie's done? Teenagers throwing around popcorn, soft drinks, candy, because of some chicken jockey? What's happening? Any parents out there saying, hey, don't act up at the theater? My son throws popcorn and drinks all over a movie theater. He ain't going again, ever. That's it. I tell him, that's it. You're done. Sit at home. Look at the wall. You ain't going to a movie ever again. Parents today are ridiculous. I don't know. I grew up and watched Rocky. I didn't beat the shit out of anybody walking out of the theater.
Let's talk about it. Kids are trashing the theater. That was Sebastian talking about Minecraft. And that was my point. As soon as I saw these kids destroying theaters, I was like, where are the parents? Why would you let your kids? I'm sure they didn't know, but just I think the big part is kind of tagging at the beginning of the podcast. Parents are bad. Like, I'm around a lot of parents, and you find out how awful some parents are. Some parents just don't care.
Well, not only do parents not care, they also feel like their children are entitled. So they allow their kids to be able to do this stuff. Like there's this episode of Freakonomics. If you've ever listened to the podcast, it's great. It's all about it's like these two guys who are like sociologists, and all they do is just basically look at the data of people. And the biggest place where fistfights break out, Chuck E. Cheese. There's more fights at Chuck E. Cheese than there are sporting events. And the reason is because when you are below a certain income level, you value regardless of the size of the amount of money, you value it more than people with money. So your kid's quarter is worth more than another kid's quarter. And even though they're both 25 cents, your kid's quarter means more than his. So if a kid walks up to your kid and moves him out of the way and puts his quarter in, that's where fistfights break out. It's insane that I can't remember the exact numbers, but they say that for every Chuck E. Cheese that there is on the planet, or even something like it, like a Atomic Pizza, wherever you have it, they say that the amount of phone calls it's like 37% more than sporting event fistfights. Drunk people on Sundays at sporting events.
Is that because drunk people can't dial the phone after they get hit?
Maybe.
I think that could play a factor.
They also can't work that claw machine. That's why they go to the Raiders game.
No, you know what? But I see it. We take our kids to Chuck E. Cheese. But I see it, man. Like, I see kids push other kids out of the way. I see parents not caring. I see just bad parenting all over. And not that I'm a perfect parent, but there's some really bad parents, awful parents. And for your kids to be so entitled, they think they can go somewhere, throw popcorn around, tear the place up. That's on you. I don't even put that on the kid. I'll put that on you as a parent, because I know my son would never do that.
I was going to go home next weekend and go see my daughter, and we were going to go to the movie. And then I text her, I'm like, hey, what are you going to go see Minecraft? And she goes, have you not been watching the news? And then she sent me 30 TikToks of people just trashing theaters.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, never mind then. I don't know.
Were you upset because you wanted to trash the theater?
A little bit, yeah. I was like,
the next video is Rudy, just trashing the theater,
riding on the shoulders of another man. We got chicken fights going on. Yeah. Nah, man. No, I was bummed because I really wanted to go see it with her, and then she's
it's
like,
terrible.
Yeah, I heard
the
it's
movie's
bad.
horrible. It's almost become, like one of my friends said, like a Rocky Horror picture. It's so bad. It's fun to watch, to make fun of it. It's really bad.
Was that your back?
Huh?
Was that your back just now?
No, that was my thumb.
Oh, it was your thumb. Oh,
Yeah, I'm old, dude.
I was like, man, 'cause I see your thumb. I could see why a thumb would crack like that, but I was like, if that is your back, we got more problems than just changing out the
Rudy,
lenses.
besides the camera problem, we got a lot more problems than this.
Need a bacchiotomy.
Bacchiotomy.
It's Dave Chappelle, dude. Don't you remember that?
No.
Half baked. My back.
Oh.
I need a bacchiotomy.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
How do I remember that and you don't remember that?
Because I've never seen that movie.
Really?
No. I've probably never seen it.
Dude.
I'd rather watch it stand up.
You know what we need to do? We need to have a live.
Let's do it.
We need to have a live you watching Half Baked for the first time.
Okay. We'll put the TV right there and we'll do that. We'll do a stream me watching Half Baked for the first time.
It's great.
That's the thing we can start doing.
Yeah.
Movies I haven't seen.
You'll love it. Yeah.
I've never seen Friends. I've never seen
Well, you're not missing much.
Seinfeld. I've never seen.
Come on.
What else? The Raymond one.
What did you watch?
I was watching
Benson?
A Different World. Yes, everything with blackness in it since TV.
You brought it up a different world, not me.
No, I'm saying I watched A Different World. I watched the Cosbys. We saw how that turned out. I watched black programming, Rudy, because there wasn't a lot of black people on TV, so I supported my peoples.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine, a comic from the Midwest. His name is Randall Reed. And he showed up one night. We were supposed to go out, and he showed up one night in a vest. And I was like, no, take it off. And he's like, what? I'm like, dude, why is it that you're the black guy in the group and you are dorkier than every white guy here? I'm not going out with a black dude in a vest. And he's like, I don't know what the problem is. I was like, because you look like Benson. And he goes, well, it doesn't mean just because I look like Benson doesn't mean that I'm white. And I was like, dude, just the fact that you know Benson means that you are way whiter than you should be.
I don't know, Rudy. If you've made some choices in clothes,
Oh, they're terrible. But I would never wear a vest. There's no way.
Wears vests a lot.
Cool.
And I'm like, don't wear vest. The Rock. He's a big dude like that in a vest does not look good.
It's just showing off the guns. That's all, dude.
But it doesn't look good.
I don't like it either. It's weird.
I don't like vests personally.
Yeah.
Even under suits, I don't like vests.
The only thing I like about it when he wears it is like when he's doing the final boss thing in the WWE, because like that is what.
Well, but that's character.
Character.
driven.
But when he's just out like promoting Terramana and you just rock, dude, you're at a liquor store, bro. Just put a t-shirt on.
Can you imagine me going up and stand up with a button down and a vest on? It'd be ridiculous.
It'd be so weird. There's no way.
I think I am gonna start using color.
All right.
On stage. Adam Bloom, I was talking to him. He goes, yeah, your wife is right. Maybe try some color. You'll pop on stage more.
I like the contrast of the orange watch. I don't like the blue band. I like the orange band.
I like the orange band.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Because it's Miami colors.
The Canes. It's all about the U.
Yeah, I like that. I don't like you had the blue one on the other day and it looked fine.
That's a different watch.
Yeah. Oh, it's a completely different watch?
Different watch, yeah.
Okay. Did your wife buy it for you?
No, I got it from Chicago.
Oh.
From that, it's called Farah and.
They came and gave me
the watch. I don't want to
yeah.
mess up. Far and Swit, I think it's called. Far and Swit is the name of the watch. Local brand in Chicago. They gave me a watch. It's phenomenal. I wear it like when I go out.
Yeah.
I don't like to wear it. It looks too like kiddish if I'm in something nice.
Yeah.
It
I
looks
get that.
like
Yeah,
so.
that's a little bit more. Yeah, that's a little. If you're gonna go out, it's a toned down kind of blue. Yeah, where this is like if that's your everyday thing, it's
this is me every day. But the other watch is nicer. I wear that. All right. So what you learned today is we hate spoiled kids on this week in 15 minutes. But these are real stories we wanted to talk about. Hey, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the like and subscribe button. We're growing. We want you to watch. Keep watching. Anything else, Rudy?
This comes out on Thursday. Our good friend Dean Del Rey has a brand new special that just came out today.
Oh, that's awesome. Dean Del Rey, Denim Man. Dean Del Rey. We saw some of the special. It's phenomenal. Where he shot it is absolutely amazing. Dean Del Rey, all the best of luck, sir. We'll see you next time on This Week in 15 Minutes. This is the Yo Show. Later.